back on her throne.
Yeah.
We have Paige Wheeler in first place.
Great
Congratulations,
job,
Paige. She's actually flying here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
she's doing some recording.
yeah, she is.
Yeah, that's good.
Wonder what that's
I
for.
wonder what it's for. You're going to have to keep watching to find out.
That's right. All right. Well, we had a special guest that came to Solex. And you know what happens when you come to Solex and you tell us a fabulous story? You get stuck in front of the camera.
You
so
do.
yeah, let's go. Turn time over to her.
Hi everyone, I am Roxy, visiting from Atlanta. Just flew in today to be here at Solex and share the story they want me to tell you about it. I got my device back in 2021 and my upline needed to show me how to use it. And I actually sprained my ankle that same day and I couldn't wait. So, baptism by fire, I decided let's break it open and follow some directions and figure out what to do. So I thought, let's go ahead and go to frequency and hit sprains. My pain level was about an 8 or a 9, and so I broadcast the sprains to myself for about an hour. It went down to about a level 4, and I hopped back to bed. Then next morning, I woke back up, and the pain went back up to about a 6. So I said, let's broadcast again. So I did it for about an hour. This was during the pandemic, so I was on Zoom with someone, and I said, hey, wait 1 minute. I ran off my seat, ran to the kitchen, came back, and I was like, the pain is gone. In 2 hours of just broadcasting just only sprains, my pain level went down to a 0, and it never came back. That's my story. I'm sticking with Solex.
Did you know that your body runs on a 24-hour energy clock, and each organ has its own unique peak power? Waking up at 3 a.m., feeling bloated after lunch, or even crashing in the afternoon aren't just random symptoms. They're often signs that your body's energy flow is out of balance. What if the key to better health, emotional stability, and even vitality lies in understanding the ancient wisdom of your body's meridians? We often overlook this. You can also think of meridians as that super highway of energy in your body. Let me show you how the 12 meridians can reveal physical imbalances and emotional congestion, as well as what nutrients, acupressure points, and lifestyle tips can support each meridian. Let's start with the lung meridian. The time frame of the lung meridian is 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. The key functions are oxygenation, deep sleep, emotional processing such as grief or sadness, and immune defense. Some signs of imbalance when it comes to the lung meridian is waking up at this time, so between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock a.m., our lung issues, respiratory distress, again, grief, sadness, or even eczema. The emotional release techniques that are part of the lung meridian include deep belly breathing, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, whether it's a count of 4, 4, 4, 8, 7, 4, whatever you would like. Allow yourself to cry. This is a natural release for grief. Humming, chanting, or whatever you need to do to stimulate the lung energy. Even journaling about what you're holding on to and what you want to let go of. Herbs and foods that relate to the lung meridian are licorice root, marshmallow root, mullein oil. Foods are pears, white radish, almonds, honey, and even warm water. The best acupressure point is called LU1, which is the central treasury, and it's located just under your collarbone near your shoulder, so right in this area. This helps with grief, sadness, and chest congestion. Some lifestyle tips are, again, practicing breath work or meditation right before bedtime, using a humidifier or even eucalyptus oil to support lung health, and spending time outdoors for fresh air. Then we get to the large intestine meridian. This is from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. The key functions of the large intestine are detoxification, elimination, which is like bowel movements, letting go of emotional trauma, and skin health. So typically we wake up in the morning and we have the bowel movement that comes. So signs of imbalance are going to be constipation, sluggish digestive, emotional resistance, and some acne. Some emotional release techniques are writing down regrets, and then what you can do is you can either burn or you can tear the paper to symbolize release. You can declutter your space. This helps to reflect emotional letting go. You can also gently tap your arms along the large intestine meridians. Then there's food and herbs that go along with this. Ginger, peppermint, fennel, warm lemon water, chia seeds, flax seeds, fermented foods such as like kimchi and miso. The best acupressure points for the large intestine are L14, which is also called the Union Valley. This is between your thumb and your index finger, great for relieving stress, digestion, and headaches. Some lifestyle tips include hydration upon waking, so I love doing warm lemon water, typically with a pinch of that Celtic sea salt, or even some herbal tea. Support detox with dry skin brushing or even tongue scraping. And the third is go to the bathroom. Do not hold it in. Then we get to the stomach meridian, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. The key functions are the best time for digestion, so think about breakfast. The digestive fire is the strongest at this time. It's going to help provide energy and emotional stability. Some signs of imbalance are going to be bloating, nausea, a weak appetite, overthinking, or even worrying. I mean, how many times do you wake up and you're not hungry, you feel nauseous, you feel bloated? These are very, very key signs for this meridian. Some emotional release techniques for this are practice grounding exercises, like walking barefoot, even if it's just through your house. Doing some self-massage, specifically in your stomach area, and circular motions. And I would do that in circular motions the way that digestion works. So starting with the lower right side, working up, across, and then down the left side. And then, of course, chew your food mindfully to focus on nourishment for the day. Some herbs and foods that go along with the stomach meridian are ginger, chamomile, licorice, warm oatmeal, root vegetables, congee, and soups, and rice. And these are sometimes often in different cultures that some of these foods come into play, but they're all really good, and it's about also being warm. The best acupressure point is ST36, which is also called the leg 3 miles, and it's just below your kneecap. And what this does is it boosts digestion and energy. Some lifestyle tips for the stomach meridian are eating warm, nourishing breakfast. Again, oatmeal, eggs, the congee. Avoid raw, cold foods. I know, smoothies. Smoothies are actually not the best thing when you're looking at the stomach meridian for the morning because they're cold. Then we get into the spleen meridian. I think of the immune system, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The key functions of the spleen meridian are to convert food into energy, support the digestion, your immunity, and emotional nourishment. Signs of imbalance are going to be sugar cravings, bloating, fatigue, even low self-esteem. Some of the release techniques that go along with this are practicing self-affirmations, like I am supported and grounded. If you can, get outside and walk with your bare feet. If not, sometimes we grab salt blocks and put our feet on top of salt blocks for grounding. Focus on gratitude journaling. Try to shift your mindset in areas that are around the spleen. Food and herbs that go along with spleen meridians are going to be cinnamon, astragalus, and even ginger. Foods are going to be root vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes, lentils, bone broths, and even some oats. The best acupressure point is SP6, which is also called the 3 yin crossing. This is above your inner ankle, balancing digestion, hormones, and even emotions. And some lifestyle tips for the spleen meridian are going to be reducing sugar and dairy, which truly weaken the spleen, and then also eating warm, cooked foods like soups and stews. Then we get to your heart meridian, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the key functions of the heart meridian are going to be to govern circulation, mental clarity, and emotional well-being. Some emotional signs of imbalance are going to be anxiety, the lack of joy, sometimes palpitations, or even circulation. Some emotional release techniques are going to be laugh therapy. Watch something that brings you joy or makes you laugh. Place your hands over your heart and breathe deeply. Practice forgiveness for yourself and for others. The herbs and foods that go along with the heart meridian are going to be hawthorn berry, rose, cacao, and some of the best foods are going to be beets, berries, cherries, and even dark chocolate. Here's like a little dark chocolate. The best acupressure point is going to be HT7, which is called the spirit gate. This is the wrist crease just below the pinky, so right in this area. This is gonna calm anxiety and help support sleep. So some of the lifestyle tips that go along with this are to eat your largest meal of the day during this time. This is lunchtime. And also then take a 10-minute walk in the sun or outside to support circulation after lunch. Then we get to your small intestine meridian between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock p.m. And the key functions are gonna be nutrient absorption. This is where your nutrients after it goes into the stomach are truly absorbed. This also helps to sort useful and waste material, so it allows your body to uptake what it needs and allows your body to get rid of what it doesn't need. It improves mental clarity and decision making. Signs of imbalance are going to be poor nutritional absorption, bloating, brain fog, and indecisions that come along with that. Some of the emotional release techniques are going to be to declutter your space and your mind to clear confusion. Write down the pros and cons for decisions that you need to make to gain clarity, and then practice mindfulness to focus on the present moment. The small intestine is about the present moment. Some herbs and foods are gonna be fennel, peppermint, and chamomile. Think of these as like teas, soups, steamed vegetables, and herbal teas, like I just said. The best acupressure point is gonna be S13, also called the back raven. And this is the pinky side of your hand that supports the mental clarity and tension release. Some lifestyle tips are going to be to stick to light, protein-rich foods for lunch. Take a 5 to 10 minute walk after eating to support digestion, just like you did with the stomach meridian. It kind of just flows into the stomach meridian. Then we get to the bladder meridian. This is 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. The key functions are detoxification, hydration, emotional stress, and of course, flexibility. Signs of imbalance are going to be low back pain, headaches, dehydration, and stiffness. This is the time where I tell my clients and even myself to grab some electrolytes to help with the hydration piece of this bladder meridian from 3 to 5. Some of the emotional release techniques are going to be to shake your body, your arms, like release tension. Gently stretch your lower back and hamstrings, and visualize water flushing away emotional and physical blockages. So sometimes we just have to go internally and just think about these things and visualize these things. Some of the herbs and food are going to be nettles, dandelion root, and one of my favorite is parsley. Hydrating fruits such as cucumber, even warm water and seaweed. Some of the best acupressure points for bladder is going to be the BL40, which is called the bend middle. This is just behind your knee. And this relieves lower back tension and improves circulation. And literally can just go right behind your knee and just massage kind of the areas right there. The lifestyle tips are going to be drink plenty of water. And if you add a little bit of Celtic sea salt or electrolytes to your water, that water will help uptake and hydrate you just even a little bit better. And then also try not to get more than 8 ounces at a time because your body can only deal with 8 ounces at a time. And then of course do gentle movements like yoga and walking. Then we get to the kidney meridian. This is 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the key functions of the kidney meridian are going to be to govern vitality of the body, hormones, energy, adrenal energy, and longevity. Signs of imbalance are going to be things like fatigue, adrenal burnout, anxiety, low libido. I mean, how many times do you get to the end of the day and you feel like, oh my gosh, I just had such a long day. I'm exhausted. I'm burned out. I just want to go to bed. Some of those emotional techniques that you can do are practice grounding meditation. So your feet firmly on the ground and just deep breathe. Repeating affirmations such as, I trust the process of life, because life can feel overwhelming sometimes. And then of course, when you're able to, journal about your fears and how you can overcome them. This can help with that meridian of the kidneys. Herbs are going to be reishi, ashwagandha, and some foods, black beans, walnut, seaweed, and even bone broth. The best acupressure point for this is KI1, so kidney 1, also known as the bubbling spring. And this is going to be the sole of the foot. So if you have your foot here, it's just right here on the sole of your foot. And this is going to help ground energy and relieve fear, which is oftentimes associated with kidneys. Lifestyle tips are going to be avoid stimulating stimulants like caffeine, especially this late in the afternoon or evening, and take an Epsom salt bath or even a foot soak to nourish kidneys and then uptake that salt. The pericardium meridian from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is going to be the key functions of emotional processing, blood circulation, and intimacy can be part of this as well. Some signs of imbalance are insomnia, emotional stress, even relationship difficulties. The emotional release techniques of the pericardium are going to be to place your hands over your heart and practice self-compassion exercises. Sometimes just doing this and rocking is kind of like you're rocking a baby, but you're telling yourself you're okay. Engage in acts of kindness to reconnect with love and trust. And then, of course, practice heart-opening yoga poses can help to release stored energy. So just opening up your heart to whatever you need to do. Some herbs and foods that go along with this are rose, cacao, hawthorn berry, foods like cherries, dark chocolate, beets, and cinnamon. The best acupressure point for this is called PC6, which is the inner gate. So it's your inner wrist, about 3 fingers width down, so about right here. That's going to calm the heart and relieve stress. Some lifestyle tips. Establish a calming nighttime routine. Start dimming the lights in your house. Start cutting off screen time. Maybe read a book. Take some time to yourself. Just decompress. Drink some chamomile tea or even some passion flower tea to relax. Sometimes I like to hop in the bathtub as well. Then we get to the triple warmer meridian. This is the 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. when we should be really at the end of our day, when our cortisol levels are down, melatonin starts to come up. The key functions of the triple warmer are going to be to balance endocrine and immune function and prepare your body for rest. Signs of imbalance are going to be difficulty falling asleep, stress overload, and some emotional and hormonal imbalances. Some of the emotional release techniques are going to be gently relaxation, like maybe yin yoga or maybe even some meditation, listening to soft music, listening to your Hertz frequencies at nighttime, journaling or reflecting on the day to clear the mental clutter and chaos that you've come across. Even using deep breathing to calm your nervous system is great at this time. If you need to eat or have herbs, ashwagandha, rhodiola, warm broths, warm teas, and even some nuts. Sometimes if you get in a little bit of fat, that can help your body relax and go to sleep too. The best acupressure points are going to be TW5, which is the outer gate. And this is the back of the forearm, 2 finger widths down above your wrist. And right here is going to be balancing stress and hormones. Some of the lifestyle tips are going to be avoid screens and blue light at this time of evening. Try meditation, even a magnesium supplementation before bed. And there are multiple forms of magnesium, so make sure you're getting the one that works for you. If you're looking to decrease or help support bowel movements in the morning, that's going to be citrate, malate, or oxide. And if you're really just looking for calming of the body, you're going to want to look for some magnesium glycinate. Then we get to the gallbladder meridian. This is 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Most of us should be sleeping. This is when our body's key functions are going to be detoxification. There are decision-making, encouraging, and this encourages metabolism. Some signs of imbalance are going to be waking up, sometimes feeling the gallbladder meridian, which is going to be right underneath your right upper quadrant, kind of by your liver. Some of the emotional release techniques are going to be practice small, quick decisions daily, meaning don't sit and think about things too much. Just make a decision and move on. Express anger in healthy ways, such as journaling. We talked earlier about journaling, and then you can burn it, you can shred it, whatever you want to do there, but get that emotion out. You can do side stretches to open your gallbladder meridian. You can also tap just below your rib cage. Some of the herbs for gallbladder are going to be peppermint, ginger, and even bitters. So arugula. These are some of the foods. Some of the foods are the green leafy vegetables, even lemon or grapefruit. The best acupressure point for this is called GB34, which is called the Yang Mound Spring. And this is just below your knee on the outer leg. This is gonna support flexibility and the stress release. Some lifestyle tips are gonna be avoid eating late at night, especially eating a lot of fat late at night, and then stretching your neck and shoulders to release the tension. Oftentimes we have right between the shoulder blades is where we feel the tension when it has to do with our gallbladder. Then there is the liver meridian, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. How many times do you wake up between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m.? This is one thing I ask many of my clients. The key function is going to be blood detoxification, and then regulating hormones such as anger and frustration that kind of go along with the gallbladder. Signs of imbalance are going to be waking up, and this can indicate a liver overload, stress, or even repressed anger that's going on. Sometimes you'll feel in your upper right quadrant. Some emotional release techniques that are there are going to be to shout into a pillow or engage in an intense physical movement such as running or boxing. I mean, how many times have you shouted into a pillow and looked around thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if anybody heard me. The thing is it's so powerful when you can release that energy. Write an anger letter. What is creating anger? Is it someone? Is it something? Do you not know? Whatever it is, just start writing and then safely burn it or tear it up like we've talked about earlier. Twist posing. Doing twist yoga poses can help release stored energy in the liver. Even just like literally rocking back and forth. You're moving and you're twisting right in this upper quadrant. Some of the herbs and foods that go along with this are going to be kind of like the gallbladder. Dandelion root, milk thistle, many of us have heard of that, turmeric, bitter greens, warm lemon water, beets, and even things like broccoli or cauliflower. The best acupressure point is LV3, which is called the Great Surge. And this is between the big toe and the second toe. So if you have your toes, you have your big toe, your second toe. It's gonna be like right in between the two of them. And this relieves anger, stress, and supports detoxification. Sometimes I like to put some essential oils right on that area. Some lifestyle tips are gonna be to avoid alcohol and processed foods, even caffeine, especially before bedtime. And then practice liver massaging, where you can put some coconut oil or any kind of carrier oil and you can just massage over your upper right quadrant. You can do castor oil packs or even just drink herbal teas to aid in detoxification. 24 hours later, we're back to the lungs. So you can see here that your body is constantly speaking to you. By aligning your habits with your meridians, the emotions and lifestyles with your body's natural rhythms can help you unlock a new level of health, energy, and balance. It's not always just about treating symptoms. It's also learning about new ways to work with your body and not against it. So start to tune into your body's clock and see what changes you can make.
On President's Day, we had a special offer. A lot of companies do this where they have sales. We had a sale on methylene blue, our blue product, and holy cow, people love that product.
Yes.
That's a great product.
Yes.
You know, people love methylene blue. We've seen a lot and more coming, not only in the news space and in social media, but also in research, right?
Yeah. This
This is a powerful ingredient that does an awful lot for us. I don't need to rehash all of that. But if you haven't seen, we have a few things around the benefits of blue and how it works and why it works.
It seems like people are catching on.
Yeah,
You know, people outside of Solex are starting to discover methylene blue.
You know, it's interesting. A sister company goes to a major event in the United States around alternative health and wellness, and a lot of tens of thousands of people show up at this event. And one of the themes that was so common on the speaking side as well as on the vendor side as far as products goes was methylene blue.
Yeah.
And it continues to be, I think it will continue to swell. I think learn it, understand it, share it, because people need this product. And I could tell you